maybe the reason why you're feeling burnout, discouraged, bored is because of the lack of creativity in your life. When we go through certain stages in our life, we can realize and reflect upon that we aren't able to do the thing we actually want to do because we have X, Y, and Z in our life, whether that's school, work, anything in between. You're busy, you're jam-packed, and you feel like you do not have enough time. But the thing is, you can find a way to find creativity. You can find a way to express yourself in a different manner than you are right now. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, I'm coming from the perspective of having like a school, like being in school, I guess. Like, I don't have a full-time job. School is basically my full-time job, and it's just been a crazy up and down of feeling like freshman year, or I guess like the first couple of years, feeling like I'm like trapped and all I can do is school because that's all that my time can allow me to do. And then after a few years of school, I've been able to kind of push back, like have a second to like breathe. And then being in like upper level like chemistry classes now, like I have more flexibility. Like, yes, I literally don't have homework in those classes, and yes, I have more time to focus on the things that I want to, but it's taking me so long to be able to see that I do have time and that I can express myself creatively. And whether it's you trying to maybe look for a new job, I don't know how feasible that actually is, but to be able to do something different for yourself, and that brings that aspect of creativity for you and no one else. My like jar is like dripping in water and I don't know why. I have like tea in it, but yeah. Anyways, but I think so often we put ourselves in a box and say, that's all I can do, that's all that I am, and we forget that we are creative, and that we forget that we are able to ask questions in a meaningful way that sparks our ambition, that sparks what we want to do. And that feeling is so debilitating. It leaves you feeling like, what can I actually do with my life if I can't even express myself creatively in my life right now? And when you finally find that thing that you can express yourself in, that's when you can go from just simply surviving, living, to actually living, to actually enjoying the moment, to actually being able to find joy in your life, to find things that you actually want to do, because that's hard. It really is hard. And when you can take a step back, and when you can realize and maybe even think of different things that you can do, whether it's like making like videos, whether it's writing, whether it's journaling, whether it's painting, reading, like even though you don't feel like you have time to do it, like find like 5 minutes at the end of the day, or during your day, or during your lunch, or like after you get off of work. Like, force yourself to break your habit of feeling like you're in a slump to actually doing something, because the hardest thing is actually breaking that slump, is actually wanting to do something else besides your usual norm, because you can't expect change without doing nothing, or with doing nothing. And when you can actually take a step back and realize that you can do other things, that you are creative and you can create things that you never knew you could, that is when your life changes for the better. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It can actually be like hell going through that transitioning process of feeling like nothing to then being creative. It's a hard journey. I'm not even gonna front. Like, these past like 3 months have been extremely hard. January was legit probably the hardest semester I've had, or like month this semester I've had, and like comparison to last semester as well. just like emotionally, mentally, physically, like being drained, like lacking creativity and like the freedom wise, and feeling like I don't have enough time, to the last month feeling like, okay, it's all right. And then now it's March and I feel like a little bit more grounded. Not saying perfect, but I feel a little more grounded, you know? And when it really comes down to it, is giving yourself time to chug through it, to experience the hard times, because oftentimes we don't want to. Oftentimes we want to give up. And I know I've said that I've wanted to like leave and go home, and because it's hard. Literally, like probably like the first 6 weeks of school, like probably like cried like every single week for some reason. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was so overwhelmed, I was so stressed, I was so like, but without stress, without pressure, you can't grow and you can't appreciate the peace that you finally feel. Because creativity, it's not a one-stop shop. It's something that you can do over and over again. To be able to do it, to be able to have that freedom, because that freedom is worth it. So I want to leave you with this. Allow yourself to feel creative, to be creative. It's not saying like, oh, I'm gonna make a Picasso, but it's literally the opportunity of reading for like 5 minutes, journaling, like small things, because you're not gonna go from 0 to hero like that overnight. No, you're gonna go from 0 to like 1, back to like -5, to like 3, to like -4. Like it's a continual balance of equilibrium. I'm just trying to find that homeostasis for creativity. But you know, you can do it. You're more than capable of doing it, and you've got this. Trust in yourself. Food for thought.